Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Hey guys, what's up?
Hello, Europe.
How are you? Uh, we are going to learn, well, I'm going to learn, and you guys are going to help me, about the EU election results. So, preemptive like, original link to the video from EU Made Simple, top of the description. My name's Connor, if you're new, if I didn't already say that. Let's get started. I'm surely going to have many questions, but you guys are good with answering those. Trying to understand politics of the European Union. These videos are really good. So
Hello, Europe. Over the last 4 days, more than 400 million Europeans were able to hit the polls from 27 European countries to choose the next 720 MEPs in the European Parliament for the next 5 years. And in this video, we will explain to you what they
So the left and the EPP are the two big boys, huh?
mean. Alright, so here's the deal. There are hundreds of national parties across all European nation states. Yes, it's a bit of a party jungle out there. But don't worry, we're not going to go through them one by one. Instead, we'll zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture on a European level. You see, these national parties team up and form 7 major European political groups. Think of it as an Avengers-style team-up, but for politics. For instance, in the EPP, you have Germany's CDU-CSU, Spain's PP, and Italy's Forza Italia.
No, it makes sense. You have a lot of individual parties in different European countries, but if you're going to go to the EU and get anything done, you need to form larger umbrella groups with similarly thinking parties from different countries. Makes sense.
Many others. So who came in 7th? The left in the European Parliament group did, with 35 seats, representing left-wing parties all across the bloc. Now keep in mind that these results aren't completely final, but they're accurate to about 98%. The left group is composed of various parties from different countries, with the biggest being La France Insoumise with 9 seats. Greece's
What is that? My inner McCarthy American coming out. What is going on? Sorry, all right.
Countries, with the biggest being La France Insoumise with 9 seats, Greece's Syriza with 3 seats, and then Germany's Die Linke with only 2 seats. So how did...
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm done making jokes. Just
to about 98%. The left group is composed of various parties from different countries, with the biggest being La France Insoumise with 9 seats, Greece's Syriza with 3 seats, and then Germany's Die Linke with only 2 seats.
Okay, so this means that these 3 are the largest parties in... So these 3 are the parties in the EU that have the most people, because the amount of seats you're given when you come to the parliament from your party, the amount of seats you're given when like this guy is sent to, so that means that this party right here in their own country has the most people in that party than any other of these parties in their respective countries? Does that make sense, what I'm asking?
So how did they perform to the last time? Well, they actually experienced a small shift, losing...
Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so this election, this party here that is in the greater coalition of the left got 9 seats in their country. I'm kind of in the mindset that okay, right? Is that correct? So the EU scoreboard here is the result of the scoreboards in the individual countries where these parties are. So it's not like all of the EU voted on this party. It's just this party got 9 seats in its election that the people in the country that it's from voted in. Correct?
So how did they perform to the last time? Well, they actually experienced a small shift, losing 2 seats. And if you want more detail about what they stand for, please see the video linked above. So who came in 6th? The Greens did, with 53 seats, championing environmental and progressive causes. The Greens group is made up of various parties from across Europe. For example, Germany's Bündnis 90 and Die Grünen with 13 seats, France's Ecologists with 5 seats, and the Dutch GroenLinks with 4 seats. So how did they perform compared to last time? Unfortunately for them, they took a massive hit, losing 18 seats in total. But this
The thing I want to point out about something like a Green Party, right, is as opposed to a left party or a right party, you know, a more conservative party or a more liberal or leftist party, progressive party, which are more broad, right? The thing that really turns me off to something like a Green Party is that it seems like you're a one issue party. It's just the environment, which is fine. It's a good thing, but I feel like the idea of the Green Party should be a part of a broader party. And when what wouldn't make me want to vote for if I was voting for a Green Party, it just seems like you're a single issue party. It's like, well, why would I want to get you in power if all you're looking at is the environment? You know, does that make sense?
with 4 seats. So how did they perform compared to last time? Unfortunately for them, they took a massive hit, losing 18 seats in total. But despite
and it's not just the green or the environment. Take any issue, you know. It's like if you're the immigration party, right? Or the what else? Like the anti-war party or something like that, right? It's like I don't know what else you think about.
Setback, they remain.
Let me know if you think that's stupid or whatever.
But losing 18 seats in total.
But
despite the setback, they remain committed to pushing for environmental sustainability and social justice. And if you want to learn more about them, see the link above. So who came in 5th place? Well, the Identity and Democracy ID group did, with 58 seats, known for their nationalist and Eurosceptic stance. The IND group is composed of various parties from across Europe. The biggest by far is France's National Rally, with a whopping 30 seats, followed by the Dutch PVV with 7 seats, and Italy's Lega with 7 seats. So how did they perform?
Wait, who got the 30?
It's France's National Rally, with a whopping 30 seats, followed by the Dutch PVV with 7 seats, and Italy's Lega with 7 seats.
See, if this party just called themselves the, anti-immigration party, I would have the immigration party. I would have the same issue with the Green Party, single issue. I'm beating a dead horse here. You get what I mean.
So how did they perform compared to last time? Well, they saw a noticeable change, gaining 9 seats. This gain would have been even more if Germany's AfD gaining
it's like a 20% increase.
9 seats. This gain would have been even more if Germany's AfD had not been kicked out of the IND group only a couple of weeks ago. This positions them as a significant force in EU politics. Wow. And if you want more details about what they stand for, again, check out the link above. Now, before we go to the top 4, have you ever wondered about your own family's past?
Sponsor. What is this going to be?
This brings me to today's sponsor, MyHeritage.
Guys, make sure if this interests you here, obviously this is their video, then I'm glad to watch. Make sure to use their promo codes and links, okay, guys?
A true game changer. I started by simply entering information about my parents and grandparents, and whoop, there it was. I discovered my great-grandparents and many generations further back. The process was so easy, even with little family information to start with, as MyHeritage has over 19 billion historical records to work with. I also stumbled upon some astonishing facts. I always thought my family was entirely European, but guess what? I found out that I have ancestors who have roots in Turkey and Indonesia. Looks like the Dutch...
I've learned I'm British and German and Irish, or
colonial
English,
past in
German,
Indonesia
Irish.
wasn't just a chapter in the history books, but a part of my own family story. Who knew?
It's cool.
And check this out. I uploaded this old family photo to my heritage. Their tools let me repair, colorize, enhance, and even animate it. It's like bringing my family's history into the present. And here's something super exciting. You can sign up to a 14-day trial to explore the vast resources of my heritage. Start your journey into your family's past today and find the link in the description. So who came in fourth? Well, it was the European Conservatives and Reformists, also called ECR, with 72 seats.
Noticing a
known for their
trend here.
conservative and soft Eurosceptic policies. The ECR is composed of various parties from across Europe, the biggest being Italy's Brothers of Italy with 23 seats, Poland's Law and Justice Party with 20 seats, and Spain's Vox with 6 seats. So how did they perform compared to last time? Well, they saw a solid performance. 3 seats parties from across Europe, the biggest being Italy's Brothers of Italy with 23 seats, Poland's Law and Justice Party with 20 seats, and Spain's Vox with 6 seats. So how did they perform compared to last time? Well, they saw a solid performance, gaining 3 seats, positioning them as an even more significant force in EU politics. For more information about the group, check out the link above. So now, what about third place? And can we have a drum roll, please? And it is the centrist Renew Europe group, known for their pro-European and liberal stance, with a
Centrist. Let's
total
go.
of 83 seats. The Renew Europe group is composed of various parties from across Europe, and the biggest are France's Renaissance Party and their allies with 13 seats, Czechia's ANO Party with 7 seats, and Progressive Slovakia with 6 seats. But how did they perform compared to last time? Well, they experienced a significant downward shift, losing a staggering 19 seats.
Oh, jeez, this is not good. Let me explain myself. I'm noticing, well, it seems like I'm noticing a global shift in politics, which is worrying, of definitely in the US, but just around the world, of people kind of going to the sides, you know? And that can lead to inevitably will lead to conflict. You know, when the world is less center, then I think we want to fight each other more because we are so much opposed to each other. So seeing a centrist group lose a lot is a little worrying. But again, coming from me, I have a very biscuit tin deep knowledge of this stuff, as I'm sure you guys can tell.
A major player in EU politics, and for more information, check the link above. So who is the runner-up? And we need another drum roll, please. It's the center-left S&D group with a total of 135 seats. The S&D group consists of the following parties from all over Europe, and the biggest are Spain's Workers' Party with 20 seats, Italy's Democratic Party with 19 seats, and France's Socialist Party with 13 seats. When we compare their performance to the last time, they actually lost a few seats, 4 of them, but they won't be too upset as they are still the second most dominant force. And if you want more information, as usual, see the link above. So who's the big winner?
It seems like a lot of people who call themselves center really are more conservative, you know, because you know, a lot of the left-leaning or center-left-leaning parties are either staying very much the same or losing a little, and the right-leaning parties are gaining a good amount, and the center party is losing a lot, which tells you a lot of the people that were center are going to the right. Yeah, does anyone else feel that? Just feels like we're getting in, like people are just getting into their own corners. It's either I hate the word radical, or far left or far right. It gives off the idea that it's somehow less legitimate than if you're more of the center, which, you know, it's your politics are what your politics are. You know what I mean? Though we're It's not looking good.
Here. Well, a final drumroll, please, because it is the center-right EPP group who snagged the most seats with a total of 100. It is the center-right EPP group who snagged the most seats with a total of 189. The EPP is made up of loads of parties from all across Europe, the biggest being the CDU and CSU from Germany with 31 seats, then Spain's PPP with 22 seats, and then Poland's Civic Coalition with 18 seats. When we compare their performance to last time, they actually gained loads of new seats, 13 of them, and this makes them by far the largest party in EU politics. And if you want more details about what they actually want for Europe, see the link above. Civic Coalition total of 1 because it is the center-right EPP group seats, and then they actually gained loads of new seats, 13 of them, and this makes them by far the largest party.
I still have trouble, over here in the US, if you say you're center or center left or center right or left wing or right wing, I can get a good idea of what your politics and positions on certain things probably are. I can sort of think of it. But it's very different with European politics where, as I've said before, so here's the right. Can you see me here? So here's the left wing, or the right wing. Here's the left wing, since it's reversed for you guys. All right, and here's the center, okay? This is American politics, okay? I feel like I look a little ridiculous, but here's American politics. And then, so here's the right wing, all right? European politics, the center is like right here, whereas the center for America is like right here. I'm doing it to forget it. Let me just go to the whiteboard. I'm trying to say that the U.S., like, here's the U.S. political spectrum, okay? You have right wing, left wing, right? But in Europe, it's more like this, okay? Where this is right wing and this is left wing. Does that make sense? And so something that in European politics, like say this is European politics, EU, something that might be considered a little right-wing policy for the US could still be either center or center-left. Does that make sense? So it makes it a little more difficult for me to think about, just because you guys say, someone is left or right or center. It's a little difficult for me to interpret that. So I hope I explained that okay. Let's get back to it.
The CDU and CSU from Germany with 31 seats. Then Spain's PPP with 22 seats.
Where did we leave off?
And this makes them by far the largest party in EU politics. And if you want more details about what they actually want for Europe, see the link above. So here you have a final overview of the European groups. But hold your horses. These are the groups we've had in the previous 5-year parliament. National parties might shuffle around, meaning that these numbers might change. And guess what? New groups can form too. There have been rumors of an ECR ID supergroup that could catapult them to second place.
Wait a second. So an individual country within the EU can actually change the outcome of these numbers depending on how their national elections turn out. Part of me thinks that they could kind of take advantage of that and change stuff in the EU, but I mean, you're going to have the same sort of partisanship in individual countries as you will in the entirety of the EU, so maybe not. Never mind.
Rumors might change. And guess what? New groups can form too. There have been rumors of an ECR ID supergroup that could catapult them to second place. Or maybe Maloney's party will ditch the ECR and join...
Huh?
Two, there have been rumors of an ECR ID supergroup that could catapult them to second place. Or maybe Maloney's party will ditch the ECR and join forces with von der Leyen in the EPP.
Question, guys. What benefit does that really give it if these two groups already are going to vote similarly and have similar ideas and positions? Then how is one united party any stronger than two separate parties?
Change. And guess what? New groups can form too. There have been rumors of an ECR ID supergroup that could catapult them to second place. Or maybe Maloney's party will ditch the ECR and join forces with von der Leyen in the EPP group. While both of these moves are long shots, they are still in the realm of possibility. Plus, you may have noticed earlier that there are 95 MEPs in the non-aligned pile, meaning they do not have a political affiliation yet. This includes Germany's AfD and Hungary's Fidesz camp. They could potentially jump ship and join one of these groups to beef them up. Basically, what I am trying to say is that a lot can change. So what did we learn? Well, it looks like the right wing had quite the party. All the right-leaning groups in the European Parliament gained extra MEPs, and that's not even counting the AfD folks who are currently flying solo. But Ursula von der Leyen was the star of the show, snagging the most seats and adding 13 more to her tally from last time. On the flip side, the Greens and the Liberals had a bit of a rough night, losing the most seats. This was so shocking that Macron called for a French election right after his poor showing against Marine Le Pen, and the Belgian Prime Minister even resigned after his party's defeat. We will definitely produce more videos about this in the coming week, so stay tuned. But in a nutshell, the EPP, S&D, and Renew Europe still have the majority if you add up their seats, so we'll most likely have the same coalition as last time. There's so much happening though, and we'll keep you updated with all the juicy details. So don't forget to subscribe and stay in the loop with all things European. Oh, and remember to check out My Heritage. Start your 14-day trial to journey into your family's past today. Find the link in the description.
It's a great video. I'm still a little confused on what would change if, say, the ECR and ID parties... Does anyone know my question there? If you guys could answer any of the questions I had or any comments you have about the entire video, I'd obviously appreciate it. As always, you guys are great with that. But just on a final point, what would be the difference between these two joining and them two being separate but still voting similarly? Doesn't that still provide you with the same power? I don't know. I hope I wasn't too... I hope I was somewhat bearable there. Again, if you guys could answer any questions, any comments at all, would really appreciate it, especially on topics like politics. Love to see your guys' thoughts, all right? Hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully I'll see you next video. Bye, guys.